Joining us now from the Las Vegas Summer League is our buddy Eddie House. Eddie, good morning. How you doing, pal?
Good morning, man. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's talk about the King of New York here for a second. Jalen Brunson gets the 4-year extension, just under $40 million a year, which is interesting because Ben Simmons is making $40 million a year this upcoming year with the Brooklyn Nets. But he also waited. Had he waited a year, he could have gotten an extra $113 million. He's the first New York athlete to take less to help the team out. What are your thoughts on Jalen Brunson's deal?
Very surprising. Being it will be his second big deal. Most guys gonna get their money, get their paper. You know, we know how this business goes, man. Like, as soon as they feel like they don't need you no more, they'll move off you. So I'm very surprised he didn't go, get the bag. And like you said, he's making the same amount as Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons been stealing that money for the last 3 years. And Jalen Brunson has definitely earned every penny of whatever he was going to make. I'm surprised that he didn't go break the bank with the Knicks, but he wants to win. So he's sacrificing a little bit of money to try to help his team, help the franchise be able to build around him.
Yeah, here's also the way I look at it, and I think this is an important part of the story. It's not as if he said no to an extra $113 million right now. That wasn't available to him for another year. So he comes off the best year he's had as a pro and says, you know what? Just in case things don't go exactly the same way next year, I'm going to get the money right now. Because if I take the money right now and I have 3 really good years, I'm going to get $350 in my next deal. So I think it was actually a smart business decision.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. I mean, he's betting on himself. And from what I've seen from Jalen and the way he prepares himself and the professional that he is, I don't see that bet going wrong. Again, like you said, he'll have an opportunity to better his team, and then in 3 years, come back to the negotiation table and hit him upside the head.
No doubt. So what do you say about a Summer League player, Eddie House, that is 6 for 26 from the floor, 0 for 12 from behind the arc, is not very good defensively, and is out there every single night trying to prove to people that he's an NBA player? Your thoughts on Bronny James?
My thoughts on Bronny is they're going to do everything to make him successful. They're going to give him every opportunity. And this game is different. It's not the same as college. Guys are bigger, faster, stronger, number one, more athletic. So I didn't really think that Bronny was prepared for the NBA coming out this year. I thought it would have been beneficial for him to play another season of college basketball, just to, because he was coming off the heart situation, and just get his feet underneath him, you know what I mean, and have a better season than he had last year for USC. But he's in this situation now. The one thing that he has to learn, like, a lot of people want to see him fail. I'm one of the people that want to see him succeed because he's garnered unwanted pressure. He didn't ask for this, but everybody's on it. He's actually, when I landed in Vegas, he was the centerpiece of the Summer League picture. It was other guys around, but crazy. He was the centerpiece. And he doesn't ask for that. But he's there now. He got to understand that he has the target on his back.
Well, I got to stop you there. I got to stop you there. He does ask for it. His dad asked for it, and his agent asked for it. Because when Rich Paul comes out and tells all the other teams in the league, do not draft Bronny James, or I'm going to send him to Australia or Turkey or some European professional league, you are asking for it. You are, 100%.
Well, I would say this. I won't say that he is asking for it. I'm saying his representation and his father, they are putting that pressure on him. But for him himself, I don't think Bronny is like, hey, man, I want this. I need this. He's a humble young man. From everything that I know about him, and I've seen him play in AAU basketball, and I've watched his career. I've watched him develop. I watched his little brother, Bryce, play AAU basketball. So they're good kids, and I don't think that he wanted any of this pressure. It's there, though. Now that it's on it, now that the target's on your back, now you seeing what NBA talent, you seeing what it's like to always have that target on your back night in and night out, that you got to be sharp every single night. Otherwise, you can't get exposed out here.
Hey, yo, Eddie, man, everybody raves about his basketball IQ and how he's a defensive guy, defensive maestro. But from an IQ standpoint, I was talking about earlier, teaching my son about, putting him in these situational, spaces as far as when it comes down to making plays. And it doesn't always translate into him getting the job done. Tell us what Bronny is probably what's going on in his head, with his father teaching him, but the game is just not coming to him the way that he expects it to.
I'll say this. I feel like every shot he has pressure on him. So I feel like I was one of the best shooters to ever play this game, right? I'm not going to say I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not like that. But when you talk about shooting the basketball, I have an argument. I can sit at the shooter's table, okay? And myself, being all the work that I put in, you cannot put the pressure on yourself to where every shot has to go in. And I think that's where he's at right now. He's playing with all the pressure of like, I got to make every single shot. And when you play like that, you start thinking, Plax, you know this, man, is you need to react. Basketball especially is a reaction game. Yeah, you gotta have it here in between the ears as well, but it's a reaction game, a read game, and it's about playing the game comfortable. And I don't think that Bronny is comfortable out there. I think that he's putting a lot of pressure on himself because there's a lot of pressure on him on the outside. So every single shot becomes it's the do or die shot. And I think that's where he has to change his mindset and just say, man, I put in this work. Let me go out here and just get it done and not worry about if I make or miss. Let me just play the game of basketball. And I think right now he's applying too much pressure to himself.
How big is that shooter's table that you've got to see that? That must be a big table.
Oh, man. No, it ain't that big. Hey, don't get it twisted, Craig. It ain't that big. It ain't that big.
It's like the Last Supper. He's the guy next to Judas.
Hey, it's a great
Who's that guy?
It's a great table to be at. It's a great table.
Hey, let me ask you quickly about Team USA basketball. We all thought Kawhi Leonard making the team was a joke, and it turned out to be a joke. Obviously, health-wise, cannot play. Team USA basketball decided to go with Derrick White, which was an interesting decision not to go with his Celtic teammate, Jaylen Brown, who's the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. A lot of people think that was nothing more than a Nike move. But your thoughts on Jaylen Brown not making the team and his Celtics teammate, Derrick White, being chosen to be on the team?
Well, first off, congratulations to D. White being able to get on the squad and represent his country and put Team USA on his jersey. Jaylen Brown been getting snubbed all season. He got snubbed from all NBA. He got snubbed from all defensive team. I'll say this, for this reason, and this is a selfish reason only, he's going to come back next year better and a little bit more bitter at the league. And I like that because that means that if he's going to be playing like how he was playing in the playoffs, and that's how his mindset's going to be from the start of the season, like it was this past season, I'm all in for it because he's a big part. I mean, a huge part. Obviously, you just named the accolades that he had and was a big part of the team getting to the NBA Finals and winning it. So, he's been getting snubbed all season long. And one thing about Jaylen, he does not forget. He does not forget.
Like, to me, there's a bunch of guys, a handful of guys that you could have picked to replace Kawhi. And at the end of the day, it's probably not even that important. We should win the damn thing pretty handily regardless. But to pick his teammate over him, I don't care if it's a Nike thing or not, that's just a slap in the dude's face is all that is.
I feel the same way I feel he's been disrespected all season long. He's been getting disrespected by people in the media, people around the league, not the players. And not people that cover it, but just other people that are involved in the league that's not giving him his just due. And that's okay because he's going to come back better, stronger, and it's going to help the Celtics. And the one thing about it, I think the Team USA was looking for, not that Jaylen Brown doesn't fit this team. I think they were looking for a guy like Derrick White who can defend, and Jaylen Brown could defend as well, but more of a point guard, a guy at that position that is a great defender.
Now, I know you're out in Vegas for the Summer League, but I like to check out the surroundings Is your ironing board out? Are you doing some ironing in Vegas?
No, man.
Oh, you see that backyard in movie? Yeah. I had to get fresh, man. I had to get fresh one time. Hey, I love the way that you're so observant, Craig. You're so observant.
Hey, you gotta pump out the wrinkles, baby. You gotta get the wrinkles out that polo.
We gotta stay fresh out here, man. You gotta stay ready so we ain't gotta get ready. You did.
Absolutely.
Can you iron out champagne stains that early in the morning?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, Craig doesn't notice, but champagne don't stain.
Oh yeah. No, it just smells.
Final thing for you, and I know you haven't seen every second of every game, but I was telling the guys that Tyler Kolek for the Knicks, the kid out of Marquette, has had a great summer league thus far. I know it's only a week and a half in, but is there a guy that you have seen that the scouts are talking about, the other coaches, et cetera, and the guys that you're tight with out in Vegas are talking about that we should keep an eye on, who may not be a household name or even drafted this particular year, who's making a name for himself out there?
Yeah, no, I haven't talked to too many guys, and I've only seen one game so far, so I'm not going to sit here in front like I've been watching all the Summer League games. I got a game to go to tomorrow, but today, actually, yeah, sun is up. I got a game I got to go to tonight, but one kid that did stick out was Dalton Connect. Like, I watched him. He's NBA ready. He's NBA ready. I don't think that doesn't move the needle for the Lakers to be a better basketball team. But what I've seen from that kid, he is exactly what the NBA is right now. Guy that could shoot. He's a 3-level scorer. And I was really, really, really pleasantly surprised watching him play and how he could get his money. Where he gets his money at, it translates to where I think that he'll be a very valuable piece for the Lakers. Still don't think the Lakers are going to do much. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think that they hit a home run with that one. And
I know as you go to bed tonight, whenever that is, you are still concerned about the Knicks upseating the Celtics this year. So I appreciate that. But all good, Eddie. Appreciate your time. As always, get some rest, and thanks for coming on. Good job with the iron, by the way.
Thank you. Go back to sleep. Man, hey, we got to stay fresh, man. You got to do it.
All right, that's Eddie House out in Vegas, everybody. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.